Hey, everybody. This is So Many Sequels, your book club for movies. I'm Josh.
I'm Garrett.
And I'm David.
And it's 2025. We're back. Brand new
And
season.
better than ever.
Some are saying, many are saying better than ever.
We're tired and we're stressed.
And
That's what we are.
Try-
We've been doing this for like 8 years now.
Isn't our
Well,
term
we're
up?
starting it year.
No, this is our final year. This is our lame duck year, if you will.
I forgot there's term limits on podcasts. You know what? For some, there should be. Not this one, though.
Yeah.
We might suspend the podcast constitution and see if we can't move into a third term.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we're back. Excited to jump into a brand new year of movies. We're going to kick things off with our most anticipated movies of the year. So just kind of a brief little fun catch-up episode here to get the year started, I think. You know, every year since 2020 has been, for movies, getting a little better, getting a little bit back to normal, and we've got some movies lined up this year. Some of us have been anticipating for like 2 years. Others we've just been hearing about for a long time. Can't wait to jump in. So I don't even really know how to start this. David, why don't you list off one of yours first? What is one of your most anticipated movies of the year?
Undoubtedly, for me, my most anticipated movie of the year is Wake Up Dead Man, A Knives Out Mystery. The third film in the Benoit Blanc Knives Out series, whatever you want to call it, by Rian Johnson. Unfortunately, confined to Netflix, which, don't get me wrong, Glass Onion was amazing, but man, I really wish that these were still like mainly theater movies, because that first Knives Out in 2019 was such a fun wake-up call. And like it was a surprise. It did really well, and then Netflix bought it, and it's Glass Onion got like a 1 weekend run, and then it was had to hold off and didn't show up on streaming until like December 25th or something like that.
Yeah, it was
so anyway, I love Benoit Blanc as a character. I love these movies have been so interesting and fun, and such a shakeup on the mystery genre, if you will, by being very different. They're not, the first two movies aren't really that, like, they're very different from each other. So anyway, that's what I'm looking forward to the most, and a huge great cast again.
I know we don't know a lot about the movie, but it's on my list too. Knives Out 3. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this the whole time. Netflix a few weeks ago, I think, released the first image of it, and Benoit Blanc got some long hair this time. So he's been through something. He's at least been through his midlife crisis hair change. So I'm excited to see what that's about. Yeah, definitely excited for Wake Up Dead Man. Garrett, what's one on your list?
I don't really have any that they're not ranked. They're just
That's
movies
fine.
that are on a list, for me. And one of the ones that is near the top of the list, and I think it's, we've got so much connection to it, and it is the true ending, allegedly, of a major franchise in Mission Impossible Final Reckoning.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, talk about the end of an era. I mean, this movie spans into the 90s? Early 90s, earlier than you would think. And we've covered them all for the most part.
Yeah, early 90s is right. I think that's right.
We have.
And I think it's going to be incredible. I think that
I hope so.
Tom Cruise is going to go out and just in a blaze of glory in this thing. I don't know what he's going to do, but he went to space in the last one. So he's going to do something crazy. And I am very excited to see it.
Yeah, the first Mission Impossible came out in 96.
Dang.
Wow. Yeah.
Dang, we were but young little tots at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Who could have guessed that we'd still be talking about Mission Impossible movies all this way later?
I know.
I agree. I think that's probably. I might just be the guy who sits here and go, "That's on my list too," to everything you guys say, because I've been looking forward.
Well, you
got
to go first at some point in time.
I know I'm gonna go next, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that one too. I love the Mission Impossible movies. Not everyone does. Tom Cruise. People take him or leave him. He's good at these movies, though. I think that would be hard for anyone to argue against. One of my most anticipated movies of this year is a horror movie. We'll see if we can get David to watch it. But I'm looking forward to 28 Years Later, the latest in that whole 28 days, 28 weeks saga. Again, not something I think I know a ton about. I've seen the couple of trailers that have been released. but I'm hyped. I love a good zombie movie. I feel like we've been in, there was a huge zombie craze for a while, and I think it's died off long enough that a good zombie movie could really hit. So we'll see. I'm intrigued.
There's already a lot of buzz about this because I have not seen any of them in the franchise, and it's been gone for so long and out of print in some
Yeah, true.
cases where it's just not been able to be seen. And when this was announced collectively, everyone, even me, someone who has no connection to it, was like, "Holy crap, I want to see it now!" and so I have plans to see them all this year. Very looking forward to this one, and I agree, Josh. I think that a good zombie movie that's really scary can reinvigorate that genre a little bit. It was a lot for a while, but yeah, it's chilled.
I'm actually 100% with you guys on this. While I've not seen 28 Days or 28 Weeks Later, I don't know. There's just something about them that does intrigue me. I am actually interested in seeing this one and watching the other two when I can get a chance this year. And yeah, so I'm also looking forward to. I'll tell you what, the trailer gives me the creeps.
Oh,
It gives
yeah.
me, there's something
Cillian
about
Murphy
the
is so good in it.
yeah, and there's something about the I don't know, the trailer. They recorded this like radio style, like March report. I don't know, it's something, but it's really it's unsettling. So yeah, I'm also looking forward to 28 Years Later. The first one came out in 2002,
Wow.
That's crazy. I don't think I put that together. I mean, I knew it'd been a while, but
which was kind of the heyday of those the kind of that zombie revival that we had sort of late 90s,
certainly
mid
the start of
2000s.
it. Yeah. Yeah, it really peaked when Walking Dead hit, I think. Wow. All right. Yeah, we're on a roll so far. What, you got another one on your list, David? You're next in
I
the
do,
circle.
I do. I really only have one other one that I want to mention for me, and that is Superman.
Oh.
Starring David Cornsweet, Rachel Brosnan? Is that how you pronounce her name? Brosnahan. Well, directed by James Gunn. Also starring Crypto. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm a big Superman fan. I had my criticisms about Man of Steel and prior Superman live action films that we've gotten over the last several years. That's not to say that I think that they're just terrible, but I had my criticisms of them. So this I'm looking forward to, a new take, a new fresh breath. And it looks like from the trailer, they're going, they're really embracing the sort of fantastical, larger than life elements. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to see what we get. And yeah, so Superman is one I'm anticipating this year. July 11th, I think.
Yeah, this is, just going to keep giving you chances, Superman, I guess. I don't know what else to say. I'm going to give it a chance because I love James Gunn's work. And I like the concept of Superman, but it's just been very hard to get it right, at least for me. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It didn't quite make my list, but, well, I'll be there. I'll be there. Yeah, I don't... It's just like you got to earn it. You got to earn it.
It made mine, so it doesn't have to make yours.
Fair. Garrett, what about you?
This is a weird one.
Oh, I love
And it's
it.
not on my list over here that we can see, but Now You See Me 3 is coming out.
Okay.
And man, that franchise lives in my head sometimes because I grew up a Magic fan, like hardcore Magic fan. I still, to this day, have a briefcase of magic tricks that I bought when I was a kid in my closet. David Copperfield fan, like huge. So when this movie came out, it was so freaking cool. The way that they had, it ticked a lot of my boxes. I like heist movies, I like spy stuff, I like magic. And I was like, bang, 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 this is so cool. And then the second one came out, and I heard it was just really awful. And I never even saw it. But that first one was so good. So it's been a while since this franchise has come out with anything. And so I'm interested to see how they come back. Because it's got Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Isla Fisher, Dave Franco, Mark Ruffalo, Morgan Freeman. It's got a great cast. Justice Smith, Rosamund Pike. Like, it's got a huge cast. So I'm very interested to see how they bring this back for a third one after really kind of negative press for the second one. But that first one, I think people still really have high regards for if they've seen it.
Yeah, and I don't know much about the character, but I think Daniel Radcliffe's in the second one.
He is in the second one.
So there you go.
But,
Isn't he-
yeah,
he's-
I've never seen it. I just know that.
He's in the first one too, right? Isn't he in all of them? Radcliffe?
Radcliffe? No,
Yeah.
he's the villain in the second one.
I could have sworn he was in the first two. Oh well.
Yeah, I've not seen either of those movies, so I mean,
I recommend
I'll,
the first one. It's
I'll
hella
pick up
fun.
anything.
I'm the same as Garrett. I saw the first one and I liked it. Never saw the second. Intrigued, very intrigued. You're right. That was an out of left field one. Next on my list is, yeah, I'm gonna say this one next because I've said it before. It's still Mickey 17. Unfortunately,
Yes.
it was
Yeah.
on my list last year. This is Bong Joon Ho's follow up to the Oscar winning Parasite that came out in 2019. Mickey 17 with Robert Pattinson. This has been one of those delayed movies, delayed. This year, maybe, finally. We're getting
We'll
closer,
see.
so
We
that's on
finally
my
we did
list.
get a trailer.
We
So.
did,
Yeah.
and I'm
This
into
was
it.
our most anticipated last year as a collective group, I think. And then it was the first one to be canceled. One of the very first ones to be canceled and delayed because
and
of
my
was that the strike at that point? in time?
Yeah.
Was that one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it
Who
was
knows?
delayed before the strike. But
Okay.
I remember
can't
my wife
remember.
said, "I can't believe your most anticipated ever. You guys picked your most anticipated movie is a movie nobody's heard of." It was like because like at the time it was like a concept. It was like all we had was a description and
Yeah.
we knew it was Robert Pattinson and Bong
And
Joon
Bong
Ho.
Joon-ho.
and
That's
a
all I
vague-
needed to know.
A vague description. That was all we had. But
If
now,
That's all I
hey,
needed.
if our most
Now it
anticipated
doesn't
movie
cool.
was something everyone's heard of, what even are we doing this show for?
yeah, that was fun. That was the fun. So now it's come around. Now we have a trailer. We know what we're looking for.
Yeah, I'm excited
Uh,
for it.
Well, what
That's-
else
that
do you
makes-
guys got?
Did we exhaust
David
your
really
list,
doesn't
David?
have any more. Goodness gracious.
Wow.
That's all. I have two main ones. I mean, obviously, I'm looking forward to like Fantastic Four. I'm looking forward to,
Yeah.
What else did I have on my list that I cut off just now? I'm looking forward to that Death of a Unicorn movie. Looked
Oh
kind of
yeah,
cool.
that does look good.
It's a fun looking trailer. So I don't know, but I didn't feel like it quite made the top echelon here.
Valid.
What else do you got, Josh?
I've got the follow up to Wicked. Wicked for Good is on my list this year. I was really blown away and impressed with the first one. Y'all should go listen to. Well, we've talked about Wicked a few times on the show at to end the year last year. So I loved it. I can't wait for Wicked Part 2 to come out in the fall.
Exactly. Me too. I second that one.
The only comic book that's really a comic book movie that's on my list, and we talked about Superman. I'm interested, but anticipating it. That's a stretch. I am anticipating the new Captain America movie though, because I think that Marvel has been really down, obviously, and I think this could be a jumpstart for something. It's a character that a lot of people are familiar with. It is revamping it, so it's gotten a lot of new ways they can go with it. So I think that there's some potential. Got Fantastic Four, and they've got some and Thunderbolts. They've got some big movies for them coming out, but I again worry that we've got like 3 Marvel movies after a year of none. I still think that's too many, especially if this one's not good and if they can't deliver on a Fantastic Four. So there's a lot of pressure on them this year, and this is really the only one that I'm kind of like really excited about.
See, I have sort of mild expectations for that one myself, and it comes out pretty soon. I think it comes out Valentine's Day weekend.
It's gonna be good. I think. I hope. We'll see. Hopeful. But yeah, I think you are potentially right. It's always risky to dump a bunch of similar movies in the same year. We'll see how Marvel does this year. I think of the ones that I know about, I don't know, I'm really into Thunderbolts. It didn't make my list, but that's one of the Marvel movies just because it's so different. It's not another Captain America or something like that. All right, well, like we said, we promised this was going to be a brief intro into the new season. Any other final thoughts from you guys as we kick off the new year?
No, there's a lot of sequels coming out
Yeah.
again. There's a lot of interesting movies. I think that 2025 is going to be a very interesting year with all of the variety. A lot of them are really dark too. I wonder
Yeah.
why. But I think that this year is going to has potential to be big, especially last year where it was kind of a down year. So we'll see.
I am looking forward to Conan hosting the Oscars.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a fun awards show, and I actually have a lot of movies that I was a big fan of this year, so I'm hoping to see some of my favorite movies take home some Oscars or some gold, if you will.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great year. Fingers crossed. We're going to try to make it a great year here. We're going to try to make it a great year here on the show. go check out our new website, SoManySequels.com. We're going to build that out this year with new stuff for you guys to hopefully read. You can find all of our videos there. You can find all of our podcasts there. You can find links to our social channels there. We're still pushing our YouTube goal, so help us reach. I think we're did we even set the new goal? I forgot. Let's call it 330 because that's what I
nice.
picked. 330 is our next YouTube goal. So go check us out. YouTube, search So Many Sequels, hit subscribe. We've got the video podcast there and on Spotify, whichever one you choose, or you can just listen to it wherever you get podcasts. We will see you guys later this week with our first review, which we didn't say yet, but we're going to be talking about Paddington all February long. Paddington month. We don't have a more clever name than that. But hey, we figured Paddington, it doesn't get more wholesome than A Bear Who Loves Marmalade. So we will be talking about all three of those movies. Paddington in Peru, of course, comes out, I think, February 14th. So that's coming. We got a lot of fun stuff coming. A lot of other fun themes planned. SoManySequels.com. We'll see you guys very soon.